Hello, everyone. Well, it has been a little while since we've actually jumped on and put any information out on any of our social media. So we're back right before spring break to try to give everybody a platform to jump off of and talk about some of the things that have been going on here at Oxygen Coaching. So, one of the things we're going to start with today is our individual coaching calls. For those of you who use them, you have a consistent coach that you have been assigned to, but we've had a lot of inquiries lately about people who are interested or aren't sure exactly what coaching is. So we're going to cover it today along with a couple of new things that we have introduced here at Oxygen. And if you have questions, then all you have to do is inquire on one of our social media channels and one of the coaches will get back to you, or on our new website, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. So one of the things that we as just humans navigating all of the chaos in our world, whether it's professionally or personally, find very quickly is that the kind of band-aids that we attach to ourselves to kind of fix all the little tiny things that we find go wrong, they don't fix the bullet holes that get blown in us. So we have to kind of figure out how to fix them at the same time and make those bullet holes healed. So we don't necessarily need the band-aids. Band-aids don't ever fix bullet holes. The other thing that, we kind of hear often is life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And what we use to heal or move through a portion of our life is typically something that we will use. Those same tools that we learn and use will be put to use at a later point in our life. So when we have you through our coaching program here at Oxygen, those are some of the techniques that we use. So we're here to kind of help you through those sticky situations. And that could be a work situation. It could be a home situation. For some people, we even talk about exercise goals. Coaching got started as a reinforcement for techniques through the classes that you can take through us. But because we tend to learn a lot about ourselves through the classes that you can take here through us, they do tend to lend themselves to just reinforcing the goals that you find for yourself professionally and purposefully. And a lot of times our coaches have the ability to help you discover things in your life that serve you, don't serve you. Whatever your goals are, these coaching sessions are yours. They are confidential, and they are meant to be a consistent time for you to stay on track. And a quick reminder, some people that get started with us tell us that, they don't think that it's going to be enough time or that it's not consistent enough. And it's amazing how after a few weeks of starting a coaching session with one of our coaches, you realize that you just need to know, hey, on Wednesday, I'm going to have to talk to Kat, or on, Thursday at 2:00, I have my coaching call, or, and to kind of keep you going and make sure that you're going to get the reinforcement that you need and the accountability. And at the same time, you're kind of thinking about all of the things that maybe you've learned in class that week or that are coming in class that you want to be able to have a little bit extra reinforcement, or that you have questions on how to apply them, things like that. In a neutral environment where we don't see judgment and we can freely ask our questions, that coaching tends to become a little bit something that a lot of us are unaccustomed to. So because the diversity of our coaches, when you call in and apply for coaching with us, we ask you a bunch of questions and place you with a coach that is best fit for where you're at in your organization, what your goals are, and then you're specifically placed with a coach. So know that we don't just randomly plop you in with somebody. You get a coach that is meant to help you attain your goals and best fits what you're looking for. So a lot of people have also reached out recently. We've had a ton of things going on social media. If you follow our websites, then you've seen a lot of the changes that are, our website is under construction. Happy Puppy Day to Nala. You have seen that our website is under construction. So there's new things coming. One of the questions has been what makes Oxygen different from other coaching companies that you can see on the internet or that may have just a different model. So I thought maybe we'd address that question real quick on the video today. So Oxygen got its start doing body language training for the corporate world. And we used to do it with horses. So if you took training with us or you were a founding client of ours, you know that you used to be able to come to the farm and you learned all of the body language techniques that we thought served us well while interacting with other people. May have not been serving us as well as we thought because the animals reacted in a very different way than we had anticipated. And it kind of gives you the ability to see what that looks like. Animals don't talk, they use their body language as well to tell us what we're asking of them. And in kind of a retreat format, that's how Oxygen got its start. Fast forward just a little bit through the pandemic and some other business decisions that I made, how the business was forming, and we chose to move away from that permanent model. While you can still have that, if that's something that your corporation is looking for, we can still facilitate that kind of thing. The coaching piece that we just talked about became more prevalent, and the need for that became more important. We found that it was a lot of time for people to come out to the farm like that, but it was easier to have a coaching call. And now that's developed into our classes and now more of a virtual format. So we've really loved how the transition has gotten us to where we're at with Oxygen today. However, we didn't forget where we came from. So that kind of progression has served where we now have new executive training for your executive staff. We don't do just sales training or just coaching. We now have an executive training. We now have a specific set of training for organizations that follow the ESOP model or a member-owned model, which is very exciting. That's new and will be released probably in the next few months. And we are going to have the option for individual sales reps or sales managers to participate in a group training. Up until now, you've had to kind of facilitate it within your organization, and we are going to be able to host it for lots of different people to join us in a virtual setting and have you come to class with people that aren't necessarily from your organization. So if you'd like to self-fund your class or your company would like to send just you, then we'll be opening those classes in a virtual format. So we're super excited about that. And one of the things that we get to be thankful that the pandemic has brought to us because we were able to make some changes. So while Oxygen got its start in a farm, horses, equine setting, it also allowed us to see that the body language piece shows us other places and other kind of areas that are sticky in our life that need help and need managing. So we were able to develop some of these other programs. Okay, so with that being said, throughout the last few months, while things have kind of been quiet on the social media front, we were able to launch a new website. So if you are familiar with going to oxygeneq.com, you can still do that. It will adjust you. It will refocus you for a short period of time now. But you can also find us at oxygencoachinggroup.com. And you'll be able to schedule coaching calls there. You'll be able to sign up for our new individual sales training, where you can get into a neutral group. And you'll also be able to see some of our past videos and some of our new content that's going to be coming up too. Our executive training, Metatonia, has gotten a new facelift. So some of that content will be kind of pieced out there, but that training, just so that everyone is aware, that will specifically be an executive training within your organization. We will not be meshing groups for that right now. The only groups that we're meshing different organizations for is the sales training and maybe in the latter part of the year, the tie game theory training. So I hope that gives everybody just a little bit of a glimpse of some of the changes that are coming. Obviously, anybody can take coaching. That can be an individual contract or for your entire organization. And you'll be able to see all of the changes and maybe some of the coaching calendars if I have lots of time on my hands, coming on the new website. So we'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Please feel free to give us some feedback. And I hope to hear from everyone soon. I hope everybody has a great day. And just remember to breathe life in. Bye, everybody.